My name's Ilson, and I'm the director of the London Short Film Festival and the one of the short film programmers for the BFI London Film Festival, and a freelance festival and events programmer. And I'm very happy to be a judge on the Van d'Or Awards this year in 2012. I started doing screenings in around about 1995, so we're talking nearly 20 years ago. I ran a thing called the Halloween Society for 10 years, which kind of fizzled out. Not fizzled out, but we ran big events in Notre Dame Hall in Leicester Square from till about 2000, so about 5 years, which were sort of these big scale live music, cabaret, short film events. And then into the 2000s I sort of was veering into lots of different other areas of sort of club nights, music, live bands, always having a bit of a sort of, a kind of a thing with short film as well. But it wasn't until 2004 that we'd started what was the Halloween Short Film Festival, and then changed its name to the London Short Film Festival, because I've been doing bits of stuff at the ICA. We did use the ICA as our first venue, and we have expanded now across the whole of London into everywhere from the Rio to the Riverside Studios to Hackney Picture House, Curzon Soho. But that doesn't mean that we just want to be in established places, in established cinemas. I think we're very keen on keeping sort of the more underground alternative thing going as well. And that's kind of what's different now. I think when we were doing Halloween in the 90s, you had this kind of big underground scene, which was very separate from the more sort of established festival cinema circuit. But that's definitely changed recently. I mean, seeing that a lot of people that came from that scene now work in film exhibition or festivals. I mean, myself as a programmer for the BFI London Film Festival, and people like Helen DeWitt, who were always around at Exploding Cinema events and events across London. I mean, she's a producer for the London Film Festival as well, so it's quite sort of good that those people are sort of have that history of knowing about these kind of things. And also when new things start, when new nights start up in London, yeah, they're kind of on your radar a bit. I always look out for new events that are coming up, or people that are doing interesting nights and interesting stuff. I think that's really definitely important to keep things healthy. And we have the London Short Film Festival in January, which has been going now, well, it'll be the 10th year this January, and hopefully that's gained a bit of a reputation in the 10 years that we've been running it. We've grown from 4 days, as I mentioned, at the ICA to spread across the whole of London, 10 days. We are a British focus festival, which puts a bit of a kind of a US unique selling point on our festival. We're not a festival that shows international films the way a festival like Rush's or Encounters have big international programs. We screen around about 300 British films from about 800 that have been entered. So we're hopefully it will go well, fingers crossed. And we have lots of alternative events within the festival as well, so it's not just about the short film screenings. I think the Cannes in a Van is really important to get filmmakers to Cannes and to get their films shown in Cannes. I mean, I've not been to Cannes, so I can't really give my experiences of it as a festival, but I mean, the one that I tend to go to in terms of the big scale festivals is Berlin, and there's not much alternative stuff happening in Berlin. Actually, that's not true, because Berlin's always got alternative stuff happening, so it's kind of constantly happening in Berlin, whereas Cannes is such a big industry thing. I think it's really important to have alternatives within Cannes, that people can see what else is going on outside of the bun fight, as it were, of that scene. So it's important that Cannes in a Van is down there. It's important that Straight 8 goes down there, and maybe we should try and set up some sort of fringe festival of all these groups going down and putting on stuff during the festival dates. I think film festivals are definitely important to filmmakers. I mean, if you're screened at a reputable film festival, and you win an award at that festival, there's a chance of being noticed by the industry or whatever. If you're looking to further your career as a filmmaker or work in the industry as in whatever role,